tonight we will be crowning a new champion at the AFC Under-23. It's Reman Roshan back at the Raja Magala Stadium ahead of the big final clash between Saudi Arabia and Korea Republic. Roshan, we have to start with Kim Hak-boom's perfect journey to the final, 5 consecutive wins. Is it fair to say they are the favourites tonight?
Yeah, I think they go into this as the favourites, of course. With the form that they've been in, with the football, the sort of football that they've been playing, it's been nice and open, it's been expansive. They've got players in there who have excited the fans, with their attacking style of play. But at the same time, what they've been able to do as well is control opposition sides and control matches relatively well in this competition. So yes, with the options that he has in terms of his squad overall, in terms of the players he can put out and the players that he has on the bench to come on and change matches if he needs to, yeah, I'd say they go into this as favourites here.
Interesting starting 11 though for Kim Hak-boom.
Yes.
His trio of attackers that have gotten him goals so far: Lee Dong-jun, Lee Dong-kyung, as well as Cho. Can we get that right? Cho Kyung-soo, exactly. They are not starting. So, do you think this is his best starting 11?
Does he have a best starting 11? I mean, he's kept us guessing throughout the competition so far with all his changes. And again, it's an interesting lineup. I mean, Kim Jin-ya has come in. He's one of the changes in there. And when you actually look at their lineup on paper, it looks like they've got 5 defenders listed in there. So are they going with the back 5, or do they stay with their 4-2-3-1 and does Kim Jin-ya play in one of the midfield positions or maybe a wider position, which he can do. So it's an interesting sort of starting lineup from them. But again, like I said, with the quality that he has, Lee Dong-jun on the bench, Lee Dong-kyung on the bench, Kyo-seung on the bench in there, Jeong Seung-won in there, players that can come in and change matches for them. So he's always spoken about having a plan A and sort of a plan B if things don't go to plan. Jong Woo-young is starting up front for them on the left-hand side. He said he wasn't quite suited to the style of the Australians. Tactically, he comes into this and perhaps he sees something in him that can affect this Saudi Arabian side. Perhaps with the ability to get in between the lines, play off someone like Sehun, and take players on. It's going to be an interesting battle as well with Saud Abdul Hamid, the Saudi Arabian right back down that side of the pitch. Yeah,
and not to underestimate Saudi Arabia as well, still unbeaten in this competition.
Yes.
And of course conceding only 1 goal. We know about how strong their defense is. But the question would be, yesterday we spoke about how he might start with 5 at the back. Looking at the lineup though, is he looking more at a crowded midfield?
No, I think he's going with a 4. I think it's a 4-2-3-1, which at times can shift into a 4-3-3. Again, let's remember that starting formations are just reference points for the players at times. It can shift with different phases of play. So in possession, it will look something a little bit different.
Right.
Out of possession, then they'll come back into that defensive shape. But even then, in situations where they're pressing in certain areas, that formation can change. But look, the back 4, the back 5, I'd say, including the goalkeeper, has been pretty much consistent in this competition. Dubesh at left back, we've got Altam Bhakti and Hindi in central defence, and then Saud Abdul Hamid down that right hand side. So they've had a pretty sort of familiar lineup in terms of that defensive shape. Mukhtar Ali in central midfield for them, with Sadiq controlling things in those central positions. It's interesting to see where Al Isa actually plays. Is he going to be playing in one of the wider positions, or does he come in and perhaps Abdul Rahman Garib goes out into the wider areas, or does Abdul Rahman Garib play in behind the number 9 Al Hamdan? Al Ghanem also comes in down the right hand side. So there were a couple of changes for the Saudi Arabia lineup from their last game. It's really good quality in this squad defensively. Offensively, they've got someone in there like Garib who gives them that X factor, that's something different. He's really good at getting into spaces where he can use his strengths, his timing and movements off the forward line, into spaces in behind opposition midfield, receives turns, look for these passes. If he can't find the pass, he's got that ability to carry the ball through the lines as well. So they've got players in there that can hurt Korea Republic, and they've got speed in this side as well to hurt Korea Republic in those counter-attacking situations.
All right, Roshan, final one. Very quickly, which players do you think is going to make key differences for both sides tonight?
Well, I've spoken about Abdul Rahman Garib. We will be expecting Al Hamdan, the number 9 as well, to make an impact for Saudi Arabia. Al Ghanem can be an option for Saudi Arabia in the counter-attacking situations. For Korea Republic, again, look, who do I pick out from this lineup? Jong Woo-young will be looking to put in a big performance in this final match, being given an opportunity from the start here. Sehun's got fantastic quality. His battle physically with Altam Bhakti will be something to keep an eye on as well. Korea Republic might go a little bit more direct into Sehun to win those aerial duels. 75% win rate by the way with Sehun, which is absolutely phenomenal in his aerial duel. So they might look to try and exploit that.
All right, thanks for that, Roshan. So tonight, Saudi Arabia or Korea Republic, who will take home the trophy? Kickoff will be 7:30 p.m. local time, and of course we will join you in the full-time show